How are we? What is good? Is this like a mukbang? So I'm gonna do. Okay. So I'm cutting it in because I'm trying to be healthy, guys. But I really wanted something sweet. So, yeah. It's like pouring outside right now. I came to like a cafe. This one is a little bit. I feel like I've had this before, but it tasted better. It's like TBJ donut. It's Saturday. And it's raining. So there's a lot less to do when it's raining. I'm good. How are you, Abdullah? That was I met this guy. What is he? Oh, he's Colombian and Lebanese. And he said he wanted to show me Miami. Kind of cute too. He has like the Nick Jonas kind of look, you know, with the curls. Dude, so fucking funny. Because I think it means to realign. Because there's so much excess stimulus. Like even this donut has sugar. I used to not eat sugar, guys. This donut has sugar. This is stimulus. Like this is gonna like, yeah. We go to religion. Religion is realignment, right? I think that's why Mormons don't drink coffee. Because these excessive stimulus bring us out of our alignment with our higher self. And our higher self is source connection, direct source connection. I'm a big believer on the law that we're all one consciousness. And I'm trying to take out of my vocabulary. It's obviously very unnecessary. Gracias, Paco. Mucho amor para ti. See, I said again. I'm trying to get and like out of my vocabulary. It just sounds very ditzy. I'll be honest, like, it's alright. So, hi RJ, back to religion. I think everyone has a different form of connecting with their higher self, connecting with the collective consciousness. So, whatever works for you, because religion is a set of rules and regulations to abide by a higher power, right? I mean, depending on who you're speaking with, some people think God's outside of them. I think God is consciousness. I believe that duality exists for evolutionary growth. I think good and bad is duality, right? And that's made to catalyze conscious growth. So, whatever makes you feel whole and connected to source, to nature, to the abundance in life, more power to you. I think that I don't want to say the wrong word. I guess I believe it's very ignorant to think that if someone doesn't follow your religion, that they're going to hell or they're condemned. Because I think that's further from the truth. I think your actions speak for yourself. I think your inner peace. I know so many people who, they go to church, they read the Bible, or whatever it may be. I'm not just going to use Christianity. Yet they still feel a void, an emptiness. So these religions are there to hold a foundation for you to connect to your higher self, to source, the creator. But there's only so much you can do if you don't have, if you haven't developed your conscious. It's very important to be open-minded, and that's one of the things that I feel like religion holds you back from being as open-minded. Religion is humanity and believe in the power of the universe. I think we're all connected. I think we're all one, experiencing ourselves through the ego. I believe in souls, energy, vibration, frequency. You reap what you sow in this life. Your actions, your thoughts, your emotions, those direct the flow and the trajectory of your life. And nothing you can say can prove that wrong, right? Because the way you perceive your life is the way you will act upon it. And the way you react from what you perceive, it's like you can't see pink if you don't know what pink is. Does that make sense? I love you so much. Honestly, this donut kind of hurt my tummy. I think I'm just going to toss it so I don't eat it. I feel like Italians are better as I take one bite. Let me just take one other bite before I close this up. I feel like Italians would be better at soccer, but you tell me who's better at soccer. Soul Connections. Look, I think this is why it's so important to work on yourself, because you attract people that have the same inner world as you. It's impossible to attract someone that is not vibrating at the same frequency as you, just like a radio station. It will not connect. The frequency in the broadband is not. You know? So, if you want to find love, if you want to find a partner, you need to work on yourself. And that's what my book's about. The book I'm writing is all about curating a healthy relationship with yourself so you can tap in to the abundance that is your birthright. Because on a spiritual level, when we take in consideration the higher self, we're already at that high level of consciousness. It's only the ego and the identity that withholds us from whatever we seek. But whatever we seek is seeking us. It's about dropping down the obstacles, the limited beliefs, the resistance, the negativity. We need to cut it off. Even when you talk about other people, make sure when you're talking about someone else, you're talking about things that you would want to see in yourself, or you would want to live yourself. If you see someone and you want to judge them, you're like, why are you doing that? That's so weird. That same judgment, your mind doesn't know that you're judging someone else. It thinks you're judging yourself. So it starts programming that. So be very vigilant with your thoughts. Sometimes it's a customary where people say self-deprecating jokes about themselves. They think it's funny to put themselves down because in a way it makes others feel better. Presumably, that's what I would think is the mindset behind that. But when you do that, it's no bueno. Because essentially you are feeding that into your mind. And that's why you perpetuate a low self-worth. It's important to have a high self-worth. People say, oh, it's egotistical to love yourself or to focus on yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. And you really have to work on yourself, your self-worth, your self-love, your self-discipline. You have to be there how you would wish someone else would be there for you. You have to try to take action towards all the things that you desire. And believe it's going to work out for you. You can't doubt yourself. Because in the law of possible, and it's easier. I'm not going to agree with this. I don't consent. I don't think it's easier. I think it's just as easy to think positive as it is to think negative. If anything, I think it's harder to think negative, because when you think negative, then it stagnates you from what you want. So it's like you have to, you're in this inner fight, right? You're in an inner fight. Hi, darling. Enjoyed your dancing last night. I know, I was watching. So funny. So that's something even I battle these days. If that's surprising or not, staying positive. And for the first time, I've finally started redirecting all my energy to myself. So part of the reason why I broke up with my boyfriend, when did I break up with him? A month ago. A month and 2 days. I don't understand what you mean by if and only then do people understand you as someone else. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my ex-boyfriend and then I want to talk about something about I see people tell me a lot about. So I broke up with my boyfriend because I gave my entire life to this man. Like, he didn't tell me to, but he lived in Mexico. He lives in Mexico. So I had taken the responsibility in myself to make it possible so I could eventually live in Mexico with him and start a life. And he would put pressure on me to make it happen because we were at a long distance. And I'm like, he's the man. You know, I realized that a man should want to do whatever it is possible so that he can connect with his partner. And he just did the bare minimum. And I get it. I get that's his lifestyle, that's his path. But I told myself, I deserve more. I deserve more than someone putting all this pressure on me to move to Mexico to start a life with him. And I'm like, I love Mexico, but I love Florida as well. So, California. So, he doesn't have a visa. I just felt that he wasn't going to be able to expand with me at the level that I wanted to expand. And when you become a public figure, so obviously right now I'm at the starting stage, but eventually I'm going to be well known and recognized. So when I envision that for myself, and he has such low standards for himself, then it's like, where does that relationship go? What about the trips that I would want to travel? Like, I would have to be paying for everything? It just didn't feel right, you know? It didn't feel like I was in my feminine. And that's when I started really diving into the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the traits of what it means. And I know that right now this is very trendy topic, but it's so true. You know, men and women have different cycles. Men have a 24-hour cycle, and the elevation between their hormones, I think and don't pin me to this, but I think men's testosterone is higher functioning during the day, and then towards the night it goes down, and that's why the 9 to 5 is actually meant for men. And women have a 28-day cycle, and this is why it's actually the men that's supposed to provide for the women, for the family, since the woman is the one that bears children, so she needs to be there to take care of them. And that's why I'm so confused when you see people say, oh no, where's the 50-50? I understand that it gets hard for men, but there's so many women doing it out there. It's all about your mindset. It's all about your mindset. And I think it's actually very beautiful and liberating. I do not understand English. Oh, you like my lips without the red lipstick? That's so funny. There's some people who love it. Wear me out? There's nothing wearing me out, sweetheart. You don't even understand the amount and level of peace I'm at in my life. I had a dark night of the soul the other night. I was on here on their decree con, but anytime you're shifting into a new identity, you collapse the old identity and you'll release. So that's what I've done. And I think that if you don't set standards for yourself, you open up yourself to being hurt. That's why it's so important. So, let's add. I know it's like 2 o'clock. Hey Maria, how are you, baby? We're trying to get to I wear crystals, yeah. I do. I am excellent, Jeff. No, I don't speak Farsi. I'm from California. Hi, Ali. So, anyways, right now, I am on chapter 6. The chapter I'm on, USA. Chapter I'm on. Dude, there was this guy when I first got here. He was facing his back to me, right? And then he saw that I was there and he wanted to like check me out. And then he switched. And I'm like, no, honey, I'm gonna switch too, okay? Because I have to focus and I don't need you staring at me. Hello. Excuse me. I love you. I look like Alien Musk. He's hot. Do I really look like him? I really know someone that looks like him. You like it? I like it too. I have like red one, the Ferrari hat. I have my purple glittery one. I have this one. I have the pink one. I have 4 hats I alternate with. Yeah. Was I in a cafe? I don't know. I go live every day. This week I was pretty bad about it. This week I've been going through a lot. Or I was. Now I'm good. Now I'm chilling. I was gonna wear that one today, but it didn't go with the vibe, so I wore this. And I'm like, I don't know. I have to go to Brazil, I have to go to Italy, I have to go to India. I have all these places that you guys want me to go to. Did you know that 77% of you are men? Only 23% of you are women. Dude, I'm always being reminded of this guy. I'm like, if it's not one thing, it's another. I'm like, Is that like Sweden? So I've visited Jamaica, Cayman Islands, Aruba, Dominican Republic. I've been to Colombia. I've been to obviously Mexico, because Mexico's like my home. I'm Mexican American. I have dual nationality or citizenship. I visited like 8 to probably like 10 to 12 countries in Europe. I haven't visited. I've been to Hawaii. I haven't been to any countries in Africa. I haven't been to Asia. And then I haven't been to Australia either, so I'm not really interested in going to Africa quite yet, but I think eventually I would want to go to South Africa. I would want to go to Morocco, Egypt. Oh, and the Middle East. I need to go to the Middle East too. But yeah, the plan is to travel the world. That's what I want to do. That's why I don't want to have kids until like I'm 35, 34. No, I haven't. That's what I'm saying. Those are the countries I would want to visit in Africa. I look 21. I know I'm gonna be 30 next year. So I'm turning 29 this year. Turning 30 next year. I was born in 96. I'm like children are a big responsibility, and I'm not even sure if I want to have children yet. It has to be like, the guy has to be like a sweetheart. He has to be a family man. He wants to like literally want to have kids or else. No. I think my body's my temple, and I think that I'm gonna share that with someone. They have to be a one of a kind of person for me to birth their children, our children. But you know. Okay, I think there's something away. Dual income? No. I don't want a man that's focused on dual income. I like the whole thing of like, what's his